from the campus of Westfield State University. This is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Westfield Bank. For more than 160 years, Westfield Bank has been an important community presence and commercial leader in the Pioneer Valley. With convenient full banking services in Westfield, West Springfield, East Longmeadow, Agawam, Feeding Hills, Springfield, Southwick, as well as Enfield and Granby, Connecticut, visit us on the web at westfieldbank.org. WSKB's programming is generously underwritten by Whip City Fiber. Westfield Gas and Electric wants to help you decide where they offer gigabit speed Whip City Fiber Internet next. Turn your neighborhood into a fiberhood. Get on the list today at www.whipcityfiber.com. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Wow, it is Tuesday morning, and it is February 13th, 2018, and counting. And I am here today with my fan favorite of February.
Something like that.
It's the kindest the moniker I've ever given you, Peter.
Yeah, I know it is. I think it's great.
Of kindest moniker. The lusty, dusty sidekick is Lustin and Dustin on the road.
He's on assignment.
On assignment in Boston, I think, or somewhere. But his house is being taken care of, and Marion is probably listening in to see if we talk about her husband and what he's going to give her.
He's probably listening in.
Well, he may be listening.
He streams us online, I think, on WSKB.org.
Oh, and can you stream on WSKB.org?
Sure you can.
Yeah,
Audio only.
Uh-huh.
And then if you want to see us, you can go to westfieldtv.org or Channel 15 locally.
Westfieldtv.org. Do they archive on that westfieldtv.org?
No, I'm still working on the archive part. Did you see the email?
Oh, yeah, we have this email. Are folks going to be able to watch us on Vimeo? Vimeo apparently has some kind of thing about music.
Vimeo, no. Well, I mean, I understand what they're doing, but I checked with our good friend Barbara Hand down in student government yesterday, and we pay for the rights to digitally stream all these items. So You're
talking about music.
Yes, so we pay for that. As a station, as a group, as the club and community radio,
right.
It's a group. So I'm going to write the copyright holder in the UK and say, hey, we do pay for this. It might just be a misunderstanding. What do you think? And see what they say.
So
I'm gonna give it a shot.
So yeah, and we're not going to be fined by the FCC or anything.
No,
like
they just removed our account, or they just suspended.
Oh yeah, and Vimeo
account.
has nothing to do with the FCC.
No, they're just trying to follow the laws that were passed by the Congress, which I don't agree with. But that's a different story.
Oh my God! Holy
it's the Digital Copyright Millennium Act. DCMA.
The Digital Copyright Millennium Act. Okay.
Right.
And what's that in a nutshell?
Well, if you want my opinion on it,
the DCM. I just want the facts, man. Just the facts.
So it was passed because a lot of people were pirating, i.e., Napster, things like that. But it also had the consequence of squashing a lot of internet broadcasters who just did it for the love of radio, like atomicradio.us.
Like in their basements and stuff.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
So
So those are illegal now. You can't do that. You can,
but if you're a small internet broadcaster, I think you have to pay like $1,400 a year. Which, if it's a hobby, you're done. Which like atomicradio.us, we were just doing it for fun.
Right.
So we closed up shop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it had
Peter.
the consequence of doing that. We weren't making any money. It used to be an exemption. If you didn't make any money,
Right.
like you didn't run ads,
Right.
then you shouldn't be charged. Well, then they just said, well, forget it. We're going to charge everybody.
Okay.
So it forced us out.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh,
Yeah.
Who do I write in Washington to get you back on atomic radio?
You know what? I don't. You know what? It was fun while it lasted.
It was. Oh my God! It sounds like my fourth relationship. It was fun while it lasted.
Correct. It was fun while it lasted. So I'm going to try to address the problem and see if he removes the claimant on it.
But up until now, everybody will still be able to see us on Vimeo.com.
Gone.
We're no longer on Vimeo.com.
You can't get to any of the videos anymore. They pulled everything.
Ah, gotcha. So could we put it up?
I'm working on something else.
Yeah, we could go on Facebook. Like, what if somebody wants to tell their friends, oh, God, Bob's Valentine's Day before show was so funny. And
they're going to have to see it right now.
They got to see it?
Until I work out something else. They're going to have to you're going to have to tune it in live or that's it.
So these are the people now, I can't talk to them because they're not on the air. They're waiting to watch it at a later date.
Right. They're not going to be able to. I'm recording all the shows still.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So once I figure out something, probably by the end of the week, I'll have somewhere for people to go.
Oh, isn't he? Yeah.
I'm trying.
Yeah, you are trying.
My question is, do you want people to see you or do you want people just to hear you?
I think, but look at, I didn't pay for all this cosmetic work for nothing.
Sure.
No cosmetic work on this
know.
face. Oh, no, actually, I did have my teeth. I had spaces, the space in the middle of my mouth, sort of like Lauren Hutton.
That's not cosmetic.
Yeah, absolutely. And I had it bonded, so, see, there's no space in between my teeth up there.
Okay.
Before, there was a space you could drive a little semi-truck through. And
a SpaceX Tesla.
Yeah, but and I don't know why I got rid of it. Was I think some television commercial teacher in New York City said, you might get rid of that, and so she also told me her name was Joan C, and she was well known, and we go every week. Huh?
Joan Crawford.
Not Joan Crawford. No. Oh, no. Joan C. Her last name was C. C-E-E. Oh, wouldn't that be something if my commercial teacher was Joan Crawford?
Sweet.
Oh, God help me. No wire hangers, please. No, but she would be very critical of what you look like and what you needed to do in order to be saleable. So it was
true.
Yeah, it was sort of like, okay, you got a young face, and what about that gray hair? So out went the gray hair. Then I said, to hell with that. Gray hair is a plus. And and then she talked about the space between my teeth. And
that one struck home.
Yeah, it did. And, when I got it bonded, and I said, oh, what the hell. So, and then I think what happened is we can ask our great dentist, Kevin Coughlin, who's on today, Dental Matters, in the second half, whether my teeth shift naturally or whatever. And I think teeth shift so that it filled up the space.
Right.
I had another space on the bottom, then it bothered me.
Sure.
It bothered me, so I had it done. Have you had any cosmetic work done, Peter?
No.
None whatsoever.
I've had orthodontic work done.
Yeah, I always think that's sort of a facelift on your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to go see Kevin Coughlin this year, get some other things addressed in my mouth cavity.
Oh, got it. Oh, yeah.
Wisdom teeth that are coming in sideways and things like that.
Oh, my word. Oh, God. Wouldn't it be... I think if we pulled the teeth, of course it wouldn't be healthy-wise. I was thinking that if we all didn't have teeth and we all walked around and all had just were gums and looked like Granny.
They tried that in the 1700s. It didn't work real well.
Oh, no. Oh, I'm reading a book about Queen Elizabeth, the big queen with Shakespeare and stuff. Yeah, Queen Elizabeth I. And she had very few teeth, and what few teeth she had were brown and whatever.
Yeah, it was a different time.
It was a totally different
Dental hygiene
time.
wasn't a real priority back then.
No, not at all. That's another. We'll put that down on our list. Here we're having dental matters without the dentist, so I think we better. 6:12 in the morning. What was your weekend like? What'd you do?
Me, let's see, what did I do this weekend? Not a heck of a lot. I actually tried to rejuvenate a little bit this weekend.
Oh, and how do you rejuvenate?
Me, I was puttering around the house doing things, catching up on different things that have gone unnoticed and things like that.
Uh-huh.
I did go out Saturday. I went out to Tin Bridge Brewing with the former mayor, Knappich. He was down there with the boys. And,
interesting. Now, tell everybody about Tin Bridge Brewing, because
it's one of the new small brews. They call them micro brews.
A microbrew, and it's right where Points East used to be in
the old car wash.
That was a car wash.
The former mayor said that was a car wash at one time.
God, it's been everything.
Yes.
My brother played there as a rock band back in the 60s, and
Sure.
I always remember that. And when we got here, it was still called Points East, and then it's had a variety of names. And I think they've found their niche, right?
Yeah, it's a nice space in there.
Yeah.
They did you got a long, thin, basically not very wide building.
Yes.
And so what do you do with it? Well, they made like a beer hall out of it. They got nice big chunky wood tables and bench seats, and you sit down like you're almost at a picnic table, almost type thing. And
they do that in Germany. You sit down at a picnic table, you drink, like a beer hall. Do they serve food?
They have food trucks that come in on Friday and Saturdays usually.
Wait a minute, they drive in?
No, they have a food truck just outside the door.
But that would be really cool. That would make, if they had a big door and they could drive in bring on the food trucks.
Yeah, but how do you cook and vent all that smoke?
Oh, there we are. All right, there's always a catch.
I have to think ahead. I'm the planner.
Oh yeah.
But you can go outside the door and get food on Friday or Saturday nights, which brings a bigger crowd in.
Was there a crowd when you were down there with them?
It was pretty good crowd in there. Yeah, it's a new kid on the block. So and their beer wouldn't knock it out of the park. I mean, it's not, but it's good.
Yeah,
I would go back.
All IPA?
No, they had different kinds. I had a nut brown, which is very good, a British style ale.
God. Yeah.
So they have all kinds of beers there. I think they have like 12 or 13 on tap.
Oh wow!
A couple of video games. They have a big, huge, giant-sized Jenga set. If you know what Jenga is.
Jenga is
wooden blocks.
They have a giant one?
Yeah, they used pieces of 2x4 and they make a big Jenga set. And when it collapses, it makes a big thud, and it's kind of fun.
Oh, it's great fun.
So they have cool stuff.
I gotta go. So you would recommend, but it's not open every day or something. It has a strange kind of time.
Yeah, usually they're open at like 4 o'clock, 4 to 9, 4 to 10, things like that.
Yeah.
They're open a little bit earlier on the weekends. It's just a tap room.
There we are. We have a tap room.
Nice place to go. They have free video games.
Well, while you were down there with our former Mayor Knappich, I was where he is. I was on the Cape.
Down in Falmouth?
No, he's what town is he in? He's
Yarmouth.
He's in Yarmouth. Okay, so I am at. We were in Brewster, but we stayed with our great friends Ethel and Peter in Harwich and on Hinckley's Pond in Harwich. And, one of the most enjoyable things that anyone can do is to have friends who are conversationalists.
Yes.
And we started talking the minute, I don't think I was even sitting down when we started a conversation about something. And we talked for 2.5 days. It was sort of like a marathon.
Lost art form, isn't it?
Holy mother. And Ethel and Peter first. There's, do you have a friend named Ethel or anybody in your family named Ethel? We were talking about that. No one names their kid Ethel.
No.
And the only other Ethel that you know is who?
Merman.
Oh, listen. Oh, honest to God. Ethel Merman, you're great. No, there's another Ethel.
Okay.
Oh, come on. A television show, beloved television show, married to a man named Fred.
Oh, from I Love Lucy.
Yes, Ethel Mertz.
Yes.
Yeah, those are the two other Ethels in my life, other than
Everything's coming
Ethel.
up roses, Bob.
Yeah, yeah. Oh my God, he's becoming me. Everyone, he has totally become. Now, if we could only get him politically on my side, we'll talk about that when we get back from the next break. Hey, guess who's 67 years old today? Oh no, he's 68 today. Peter Gabriel.
Almost as old as my dad.
Ah, yeah.
My dad would have been 75 today.
Oh, happy birthday. Oh, how long has he been gone?
13 years.
13 years. Oh, gotcha. Well, Peter Gabriel's still alive and kicking. He's 68 years old today. So I thought I'd play a Peter Gabriel song, and since it's the day before Valentine's Day, this is a really lovely song.
Peter Gabriel does great stuff.
Oh my gosh. I didn't realize that Peter Gabriel was there before Phil Collins.
Yeah.
Did Phil Collins take the place of Peter Gabriel?
Phil Collins, I think, was the drummer when Peter Gabriel was there.
But then Phil Collins
when Peter
became
Gabriel
the lead.
left. Yeah,
he became the lead singer.
Right.
Is that the way it worked?
Yes.
And then Peter Gabriel went off on his own and became
a big 80s star.
Yeah.
He was big in pop in 80s. In the 80s.
Who wrote the Book of Love?
I don't know.
Who wrote the Book of Love?
I know the song.
Well, this is called the Book of Love, and I thought that was the song, but it's a lovely other kind of song.
No.
Listen to this great Peter Gabriel skit. Happy birthday, Peter.
Instructions for dancing, but I love it when you read to me, and you can read me anything. The Book of Love has music in it. In fact, that's where music comes from. Some of it's just transcendental. Some of it's just really dumb. But I love it when you sing to me, and you can sing me anything.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Commercial Distributing Company of Westfield. Now in its third generation of family ownership, Commercial is one of the premier beverage distributors of Western Massachusetts. The Plasek family and the staff of Commercial Distributing wishes you good times throughout the year and urges you to drink responsibly.
Support for community programming on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore at Westfield State University, right here in the Ely Campus Center. Whether you're a student, faculty member, or friend of the university, it's the place to shop. Everything from Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise to all of your academic needs. Offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Visit the bookstore on campus or online at www.westfieldstate.bncollege.com. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Friday mornings is something different on 89.5 FM. It's JP's Talk About Town.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning, February 13th, 2018 and counting, and it's going to be a sunny day from what I hear.
It's going to be nice today, actually. Seasonable mid-30s.
Yeah.
Mid to high 30s.
And then it's going into the 40s tomorrow,
It's going to get warm, for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Well above normal.
But it's so strange because when I went out to walk last night, walk the dog. I didn't go out to walk.
When Frankie walked you?
When Frankie walked me. It was freezing cold.
It got chilly.
My
They only
word.
got into the teens.
Well, maybe because I didn't wear my 14 layers. I just, I wear 14 layers all over the place.
I gotcha.
I've got to comment on my my cousin Gina. She's been on the show. She's the person who puts things in their place. What do you call that? When you go into a house,
An organizer,
an organized person and stuff. And so she also she is our cleaner, our house cleaner.
Okay.
And and she also babysits for the dog when we go away. And so she's there. And so I come home. She has made the bed in such an incredible way that neither James nor I had, that when I pull the bed cover over my shoulder, it's like going into a cave or something.
Yes.
It's so,
You got a
I don't
cocoon
know
up.
where I've been all these years, but
Did she show you how to do it?
No, because she had left by the time I've got to find this, because man, oh man, it's kind of like I don't want to get out of bed, or I want to get out of bed so I can come back in and go into the cave, come back out, go into the cave, come back in, go into the cave.
As Frankie looks at you, go, what is this human doing?
Oh my God, yes, oh yeah.
I've seen that look on his face before around you.
Oh yeah. What is he doing? What are
is
they
this
doing?
human doing?
How did I ever end up in this household? You think your dog? Wonder if the dogs ever go, what the heck is this?
Right.
I was laughing my tail off this week because I saw Wanda Sykes on Amazon. She's got a 1-hour comedy act. Do you know Wanda Sykes?
I know who Wanda Sykes is.
She's an African-American comedian who, first, I got to get over the fact that she's going to use the F-bomb every other 2 words or so. And so if you can get over that, you can...
Wait a minute, Bob, you got past that?
Oh, I did. Oh, my God. In fact, it's
You
sometimes
should look
funny.
up some old Eddie Murphy stuff or Chris Rock.
Oh, yeah. Well, her message...
It's okay to swear.
Yeah, Wanda is message is totally clean. I mean, basically, it's
not.
No, well, she uses the F word, but other than that, this is a show about how did I end up here. That's the theme of the show, and she's married to a French woman, a white French woman, with 2 white kids.
Okay.
Now, Wanda likes to cook. And she's a wonderfully gourmet cook. And so she's out there in the kitchen cooking. And she all of a sudden took a moment and she said, "What the heck?" Oh, she didn't say what the heck.
Beep.
What the? I am here. All of my ancestors would be really... Here I am. I'm cooking for my white
woman.
wife and my white kids. And there's no other black person in the house. I'm the only... It goes on and on. I was on the floor laughing for 1 solid hour, almost to the point of, I think I better watch one of those sob Hallmark movies.
You're coming over to my side, Bob.
Oh my gosh, I know what it's exactly right.
Think about how absurd the fact that she had to think that. That's absurd.
Oh, well, it is. No, and yeah, but it is kind of like.
But the fact that she had to think that in today's day and age, where I believe that's a normal thing for me.
Yeah.
She has to think that that's absurd.
Yeah. Well, it is. It's absurd in a kind of strange way, because here she is. She's loving these people. She's
right.
But this is the other.
Here's
thing.
the thing, Bob. Right. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
The people that will tell you in the media that we haven't come very far. Mm-hmm. Look how far we've actually come.
Yes, but now we're now we're headed into territory.
Look how far we've come, Bob.
Oh yeah.
She's a gay black female married to a white woman.
Oh no!
Look how far we've come.
That's exactly right. Oh, exactly.
Come on!
Oh no, I totally agree there. I totally agree. Oh yeah. That I agree with.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah. But we have so much more to go. Miles to go before we sleep. We have so much more. How the heck did you ever become Republican? I was showering this morning. I was thinking, how did he become a Republican? Where did that come from?
Because I don't believe that there's a endless pool of money.
Yeah, but where did you hear that? Did that come in your... Were you a Republican in Liberal Cathedral High School in Springfield?
I was fairly conservative in high school, yeah.
But your parents weren't conservative, were they? Or were they?
Well, you know what? Part of it, here's two reasons. My dad was a business owner, right? Mm-hmm. And you learn a lot as a kid. When your parents own a business and you're a kid, you learn a lot about money and wasteful spending and good spending. You know the difference. Like I know when I'm out buying a toy, like Jay.
Yeah.
We know when we're buying a toy, we know it's wasteful spending, but we also know that we have the room to do it, right?
Got it.
Or, the trip that I took to Florida. Was that a bit of wasteful spending? Probably. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I still went because I wanted to go, and I didn't want to be draconian about things. So I learned a lot.
So your family was...
I'm very socially liberal.
Yeah. Well, I know you are. But... I was thinking my family, well, my father was a carpenter, and I think we struggled probably in my formative years. And so because of that, I'm wondering...
Oh, we struggled too. No, we struggled.
Oh, you did?
Time. Yeah, my dad was barely hanging on by his teeth.
But they didn't talk politics. Was that not what the thing to do back then?
Oh, me and my dad did.
Oh, you did?
But we didn't yell and scream about it. We just talked about it.
I don't think I ever heard my father talk about politics ever maybe when he got 90 or so and could say what he wanted to say.
Yeah, a little bit of different era though. In the 80s, it was a little bit more.
I'm in a different
wide open.
Yeah, and in the 50s
that was when
and
I was
60s,
in high school.
we were we didn't talk about anything like that.
The other thing is I spent
there was not a lot to talk about the 50s. Let's face it, Eisenhower was golfing and more than Trump and or maybe.
Well, remember, I came in when the Cold War was starting to really break down. When the Soviet Union was starting to fold up shop and things like that.
Gotcha.
I came in, I came into my own, I remember the end of the Iran hostage crisis when I was like 10. Mm-hmm. I remember Reagan, the years of Reagan. And in high school.
So that there was beginning to talk about, you talked not about the government, you talked against the government in a sense. And,
talked both ways.
Yeah. Well, we never did that.
I understood the government. I had great history teachers in Cathedral.
Sure.
Where they really explain things about history, and government and things like that.
Just
and I
the
learned
facts,
a lot.
ma'am, not opinions.
Right. It was it was very dry, but you learned, and and here's the other thing that's colored my world a little bit. I spent 6, 7, 8 years of my 20s in the media, doing satellite and news and things like that. And then I went into public safety, where I saw, now remember, everybody lives in their bubble, right? So they see what they want to see.
Yes, sure.
I saw everything in public safety.
What are you talking about? In terms of waste of government or what? What?
No, I saw people at their worst all the time.
Oh, all right.
And
Jeez,
that tends...
that must make you a liberal Democrat.
No, actually it doesn't.
Oh, it did me.
Because they see when I debate when I used to debate former coworkers up at the tech center who were very, very liberal. I saw the waste in welfare that they claim don't exist.
Oh.
I saw the bad side of it. I see the good side of it. Give somebody a leg up, but not generations of it.
Oh, all right. So then,
I see both. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I see people that and you'd laugh at some of the calls you'd get because you'd be like, really? That's not really. It's big to them.
Oh yeah.
In their little bubble.
Right.
But it's not a big deal.
Yeah,
I saw a lot, Bob.
So you.
I saw somebody complaining.
Who's the hero of your heroes in terms of Republicans?
Actually, Mitt Romney. He's a very, very even keel guy.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did tell you this. I've been telling you this now for almost 2 years, that to fix the political system, right? Because Romney's just as much of a turd as the rest of them. To fix the political system.
Your hero is a turd?
Yes, but I understand him for what he is.
Oh, oh my God, help me. Oh, okay.
He's bought and paid for just like the rest of them.
Oh, yeah. All right. Go ahead.
If you don't think the Koch brothers run this joint, then you're sorely mistaken.
Well, okay, so the
both sides,
deep state running.
They pay for it.
All right. I watched the blacklist. I know.
No.
Yeah.
They say that they run the country. They'll tell you that.
The Koch
quotes.
brothers.
Yes, they're quotes that say they run the joint.
Oh, all right, okay.
But they pay off everybody.
Oh, so they're your heroes.
It's called hedging. No, they're not.
No, they're the enemy.
No. Bob, the whole system needs to be reformed.
Okay.
Back when we founded this country, it was citizen legislatures. Now they are professionals. That's a problem.
Ooh, I think I agree with this. I think we found
at a local level, we have citizen legislators.
Yeah.
That's our city council, our school committee, the boards and such.
Yeah.
At a state level, we really have citizen legislators because they don't serve forever. A lot of them are lawyers and Velas and Humison and things like that.
Yeah.
They don't serve forever.
Yeah.
When they serve forever, then that's where the problem becomes because they think that they're Teflon. They don't think that they can ever get unelected. And somebody like Congressman Neal thinks he can never get unelected, and he's pretty much right because everybody else has that thought too, and nobody run against him.
Yeah, you the incumbent, the
he's been an incumbent for so long, and he has a big machine behind him, and he has a war chest. It's hard to defeat that momentum.
Right. And so, consequently, our federal government is made up of...
Oh, it's broken.
Yeah.
It's badly, and it's broken. It's broken in the Congress. It's broken with a lot of the bureaucratic levels. And it's broken at the top. But the only reason we got that top is because the bottoms are broken. And people are pissed off about it.
Oh, God.
Right?
And what a top we have. Oh, God. At any rate, hey.
I blame Big Brother for all this.
My show, Big Brother. Oh, gosh. Wait till you hear. Kenny and I have a lot to talk about.
I watched some of it, too.
Oh, my God.
We'll talk about that and why I think Big Brother is the...
I planned this perfect song for us. I wanted to play songs today about Valentine's Day just to get us in the mood. So, believe it or not, this is an Al Green song from, Al Green was what, 80s, 70s, 80s? And Let's Stay Together was his big hit. But this is Adam Levine and Maroon 5 singing Let's Stay Together. It's from French television. He sings different songs in Europe than he does in England. In England, where we live here in England. Yeah. Okay. Here it is. Let's Stay Together. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Alright with me, 'cause you
somebody. Why people break up, oh, turn around and make up. And I just can't see. 'Cause you would never do that to me, babe. Would you, babe? Being around you, all I see, babe. What I want to do is listen. We ought to stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad. Sad, come on, let's, baby. We ought to stay together, loving you whether times are good or bad. Happy, sad, come on, good or bad. Happy, sad, come on, good or bad. Happy, sad, yeah, yeah, yeah. Thank you.
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB Westfield is brought to you by the Westfield Gas and Electric. Westfield Gas and Electric is service using their power for the good of Westfield.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Bay State Dental. Comprehensive dentistry at 14 convenient locations in Springfield, Chicopee, Longmeadow, West Springfield, Belchertown, East Longmeadow, Ludlow, Northampton, Greenfield, and Wilbraham, as well as 29 Broad Street in Westfield. Bay State Dental makes it a priority to help you achieve and maintain the healthy smile you deserve. Visit on the web at baystatedental.com. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
Thursday morning from 6 till 8, it's Patrick Berry, owner of the Westfield News Group,
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB.
Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning, February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day, 2018, and counting. Bob Plass, I'm here with my favorite of February, Peter Coase, the kitten of the Keys, with a great meow the day before.
Meow.
Yeah. And our
By the way,
friend,
for the record, my dad was born on a Thursday the 13th, not a Friday the 13th.
oh, he's born on a okay. All right.
Just you know, so
we got it.
so the whole
This is
family's not
Tuesday.
cursed.
Oh my God! I started my college career on the 13th, on a Friday the 13th.
Did you really?
September 13th, yes. And I often wonder, geez, did that set me off on the wrong foot? Could I have been a contender? You know,
You were.
I'm still a contender in some way with this cauliflower ear or whatever. Hey, so Valentine's Day is tomorrow.
Yes.
You have any plans, Peter?
I was told by my significant other she didn't want to do anything for Valentine's Day. I'm going to get her something.
Yeah, and have you?
She got me protein shake powder so I can lose some poundage.
Oh, that's a very nice gift.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know whether you could give it to a woman. I don't think I could give. If I were dating a woman, I wouldn't give her protein shake powder unless she asked for it.
I kind of asked for it. So.
Oh, you did ask for it. Okay.
Yeah, I asked what she uses, and I might get her the same. I don't know. I don't know yet.
Oh, okay. All righty.
I might go see Chuck.
Chuck for flowers.
Yes.
Chuck Flowers by Webster. Yeah. Well, we the flowers that we had last week that Chuck brought in when he was on the radio.
What did James think?
I payola. He brought in
Don't
the flowers.
say that,
All
Bob.
right. Well, it's not payola. He was a nice gesture. He was giving us flowers. So I
Yes.
brought him home. And I put them on the table. And so we have flowers there. So I now am at a loss. Do I buy flowers that... or do
You
I
should.
buy... You know...
Or take James out for a nice dinner somewhere. Take a ride this afternoon. and end up somewhere like the Brewmaster's Tavern or Chandler's up at Yankee Candle, somewhere nice.
Oh,
take a little bit of a drive and take them somewhere nice.
Yeah, but that's tomorrow night. I got to do that.
Well, tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
You could surprise them tonight and be an early Valentine's gift.
Well, I cook tonight. We're having Blue Apron pizza.
I'm working on. I'm doing it right now, but I'm going to make a pastrami.
A pastrami,
which is smoked corned beef with spices.
Peter, the word is, you're not going to make I don't say I'm going to make a pork. I'm going to make
I'm going to make pastrami.
I
already have the brisket, right? The corned beef brisket. So it's already corned. It's been seasoned and all that.
Right.
Right now I'm soaking it to get a lot of the salt out of it.
Uh-huh.
And then I'm going to rub it with, the rub is coriander and black peppercorn and a little paprika and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
Wrap it for 24 hours and then smoke it for 6.
And then you're going to scrape it.
Then you cool it and thinly slice it and you have pastrami.
That's what pastrami is.
Correct. I did my research.
Wow. I've always thought pastrami was like bologna or something. But no,
it's smoked corned beef.
Smoked corned beef. I've had a corned beef in my refrigerator that I bought last March 17th. I mean, it's not in the fridge. It's in the frozen food section. Am I able to eat that?
Yeah, maybe because it was preserved.
Yeah,
it's salt preserved. It's salt preserved, so maybe. Like fresh meats, I think if you freeze fresh meats like the day you buy them, they're good for like almost a year.
Almost that almost. There's a lot of that goes into that.
Depends on how it
almost
freezes and things like that. Depends on if the freezer bag was sealed properly.
I didn't put it in a freezer bag. I just threw it into.
Yeah, but those are vacuum sealed, so. Yeah, I think it'd be fine.
And didn't.
But I'm not going to boil mine. I don't like. I want to try something.
You don't
different.
want like boiled meat.
No.
Okay. So are you cooking this for Valentine's Day?
I'm going to try cooking it tomorrow, while I'm at work.
If you were going to take someone out for a restaurant dinner on Valentine's Day, your special other, and I was going to bring out James, pick a restaurant in the area that you would feel that, oh, God, this is really special.
Oh, dude, Chandler's Tavern is lit by candlelight.
Chandler's Tavern up at Yankee Candle.
It's lit by candlelight. You can't get any more romantic than that. I bet you'd have to call ahead for a booking today. If you can get one.
Yeah. Okay.
There's also a restaurant at Kringle Candle, but I don't know if it's lit by candle.
It's farm table, and it's got a big ceilinged
it's a barn.
room. It's kind of like a barn.
It's a barn.
But it doesn't feel like a barn. Lots of windows and stuff. So it's not cozy. Let's put it that way. You need cozy, or small or whatever. There used to be this great place in Agawam. It was down in a dingle someplace. And no one, it was like at the bottom of a dingle. And
it's nice. The bar at the Federal is nice and cozy.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people there. You need a booth. You need it to be a small kind of like restaurant, like a little French restaurant someplace that nobody knows that there's only 4 tables.
A couple of times I've been to Paps on Valentine's Day. I don't know if it's now it's Souk's.
Yeah. Paps up at the airport, but
that's nice on Valentine's. We went there once when we had a Valentine's Day snowstorm, and it was blowing snow, and they were open.
So you're up there.
It was right across the street.
Okay, so you're up there at the airport. It's foggy. It's like the last scene in Casablanca with Humphrey Bogart and Ingrid Bergman, and there you are on Valentine's
I think we might have been
Day.
the only one of 2 couples in the restaurant, and they were getting killed on Valentine's night. But we were like, we want to go out to dinner. And it's literally right across the street from us.
Yeah, sure.
Up there. So we went. This was like 4 or 5 years ago. I think we had a snowstorm.
Yeah.
And that was nice too, because that was nice because the snow, and you could see the lights and stuff like that twinkling on the airfield. That was nice.
Yeah. I think let's see. For me,
wouldn't like the log cabin or something like that up on the mountain? What's the next one?
Oh no, that's the one next to it. What is that?
I've never been there.
Something on the hill. Tavern on the Hill.
Tavern on the Hill.
Better. Better.
Weather's
I
good,
still
so-
need it. Needs to be dark and whatever.
I've never been in there.
Yeah. Oh, it's great. Up in New York, I like one if by land, two if by sea, or some place that is so exclusive and so good, it's going to cost a ton of money, and I'm
You can go
going to be
north end of
thinking
Boston.
I'm going to be thinking that the entire time I'm eating, it's going to ruin my meal. How much money I'm spending on this darn thing, because it's.
You know what's really nice and cozy like that? The Mick, the pub inside the log cabin, or no, Yankee Peddler, or not what's that one? Not Yankee Peddler. They're sold on Route 5. The log cabin, Delaney House.
Delaney House.
The Mick is very cozy. That's a cozy
That
little
is
pub.
kind of cozy, but you're sitting right next to somebody.
That's okay.
Oh no!
Because
See,
usually
I've
they
got
have,
this,
because they'll have music.
Yeah, I've seen too many romantic movies. I've seen too many romantic.
Anywhere good in Northampton?
Gosh, if you come up with something,
I'm not a big Northampton guy.
No. Hey, so at any rate, I ask you if you're going
We're
to
helping
sing
Bob.
a song. Yeah.
572-5579 if you got some help for Bob for
Yeah.
a romantic restaurant for Valentine's Day.
Doesn't mean I'm going. I might surprise
413
James on another night.
413-572-5579.
They're all going to say, we're not going to call him because we don't want him sitting there next to us.
No,
Talking
no.
up a blue streak.
I want some ideas.
Yeah. Hey, so if I said to you, what movie would you put on the television set to get you in the mood for Valentine's Day? What
Fever Pitch.
Fever Pitch? What is that about?
It's a Red Sox love story.
A Red Sox, and who stars in this movie?
Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler's in it.
Oh, is this with Drew Barrymore?
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right. Geez, that doesn't.
That's a great romantic.
Oh, yeah.
There's some romantic movies I can't pull them off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I would have to prepare for that.
Well, I actually won James by singing him the song I'm about to play.
Okay.
It's from the great romantic movie of all time that actually shows a relationship from start to finish, and I mean finish.
Okay.
Written by Peter Stone. It's called Two for the Road, and Henry Mancini wrote an incredible theme. I sang this song for James when he asked me if I ever was interested in a relationship. He asked me this while we were in Italy, where we had just met. And so I sang this song to him. Here's George Shearing, who never sings. George Shearing is Lord George Shearing, blind man, wonderful jazz player, but he's singing on this cut, and it is Two for the Road. Love this.
Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Comcast and Xfinity.com. With the Xfinity Double Play and Xfinity Triple Play, you can choose to bundle Comcast services for a great value. Experience Xfinity TV, Internet, home phone, and home security services. Explore all that Xfinity has to offer in the Westfield area on the web at Xfinity.com. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by Wally Computer Associates, one of the largest technology providers in North America. Headquartered in Southwick, Wally provides all of the products and services that you'd expect from a world-class technology partner to schools, colleges, businesses, as well as state and local governments and agencies. Wally Computer Associates, meeting all of your technology needs. On the web at WCA.com.
Underwriting for community broadcasting on WSKB is provided by the Press Room, a community coffee and snack cafe right in the heart of Westfield's Gaslight District. The news of the day always includes a steaming cup of coffee or tea, donuts, bagels, pastry, and other delectable treats at the Press Room. Open weekdays 7 to 5, Saturdays and Sundays 7 to noon. The Press Room, 62 School Street, Westfield.
WSKB's programming is generously underwritten by Whip City Fiber. Westfield Gas and Electric wants to help you decide where they offer gigabit speed Whip City Fiber Internet next. Turn your neighborhood into a fiberhood. Get on the list today at www.whipcityfiber.com. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
He rules the roost on Thursday from 6 till 10. It's Patrick Berry.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
He thinks he's in Pyeongchang.
Well, it's Tuesday. It's
Bring that right up close to you this time.
6:58. Kevin was walking in the door. Dr. Kevin Coughlin from Bay State Dental was walking in the door, and so Peter and I were talking. He said, "Why don't we give the doctor a entrance music?"
It's like a WWE wrestler coming down the ramp.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. You have this song blasting in your waiting rooms.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, of course.
No, Bob, come on.
Oh, yeah.
He's not playing show tunes in his waiting rooms.
That's from Annie.
Yeah.
Annie,
Yes, we
you're
know.
never fully dressed without a smile.
Yeah.
I was thinking, smiles are really important on Valentine's Day, Dr. Kevin Coughlin.
They're important every day. It's hard to be in a bad mood when you're smiling.
That's very true.
Very true.
Very true. But a lot of people don't smile. Do you notice that?
Yes, sometimes because they're embarrassed.
Yes.
Just sometimes they're miserable.
My dog hasn't been smiling lately. I don't know whether it's something I said.
Well, it's the Westminster
no,
Abbey Dog Show,
yeah,
right?
it's
The final today.
It starts today, doesn't it?
You
I
should
think
put
it's
Frankie in
actually
front of the TV.
The actual final competition. They pick a winner today, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my God, that'll make James happy to watch those dogs.
Make Frankie happy too.
Oh yeah, he comes from a line of Westminster Terrier. What do you call it? Herding dogs.
Really?
Yeah.
Sheep herding?
Yeah, and he was being abused, this sounds terrible, by all the winning dogs because he was like not the runt, but he had a little heart condition, and they were beating him up and everything. That's how we ended up with him.
So he's got good spirit.
Oh, got great spirit, and he's beautiful.
Their dog is just as funny as they are.
No.
Oh, no,
Frankie?
How nice is that? I'm going to see a picture of this.
I'm going to show you everybody.
Frankie is just as funny as they are.
There
which
we are.
complements them just fine.
There.
Oh, that's a beautiful beast.
It's
Beautiful beast.
Yeah, that's what people say about me. Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah. He's one of these dogs that the hair grows in front of his eyes. Here we have him in his Nicki Minaj cut.
Very
here.
nice.
Yes, yeah. But he loves. So you see, he's smiling there. He was smiling every day, and then suddenly, I think he turned like 50 in dog years, and then suddenly stopped smiling. And his teeth are beautifully white. What about dogs' teeth? What about
milk bones?
I believe people spend more money on their pets' teeth than they do on their own teeth. That is the truth. Veterinary medicine is huge, and dental care in the veterinary business is extraordinary.
Really?
Yes, and that's because a lot of animals, I should say cats and dogs, table food.
You're not bringing your pet peacock in to have them.
No.
They have a beak.
Have you ever operated or worked on a dog?
In school. In school, because
really?
way back in the 80s, Tufts Dental School, medical school, and veterinary school were all in the same location. So many times we just sort of popped in, and they'd watch us, we'd watch them. But you're going back 35 years. So you wouldn't trust me with your pet today. No, the techniques are rusty.
Yeah. Well, dogs, I was thinking about this. The dogs have fewer teeth than us, don't we? Well, is that
Yes.
right?
Yes.
They only have like 4 or 6 or whatever.
No, they have more than 4 to 6, but humans have 32. Adults have 32 teeth. I should know this, but I don't off the top of my head. I'd have to Google it.
Yeah. I'm thinking that...
And I don't want you to ask me another question that I don't know. It makes me sound terrible on the radio.
No.
I just got a call, though, on the way over from my service.
Yes.
A woman in extraordinary pain, second trimester, and she didn't know what to do. Second trimester of pregnancy.
Wow.
So
okay.
she actually called my home. She called the service.
Right.
The service called me at 4 a.m. this morning.
Yeah.
But for those listeners, the best time to get dental care during your pregnancy is in the second trimester. The first trimester and the third trimester you try to avoid. The second trimester is the best. And this individual happened by just pure luck to be in the second trimester. So I'll be leaving this radio. The first trimester is the first 3 months.
Right.
Second is the next
But
3.
why best? Couldn't the
reason
is it contraindicated to have?
It's not contraindicated, but you prefer not to stress the woman's body, and you prefer not to give medications during the first and last trimester. That first trimester, organs and the fetus is developing. And many times when you're seeing a dentist, you're being put on narcotics and pain medication.
Right.
And the narcotics decrease the blood flow and oxygen to the developing fetus, which is something you try to avoid. And in the last trimester, you want that individual to go full term. And sometimes the stress of, let's say, doing extractions of teeth or root canals can push someone over the edge.
Bumpy car rides.
Bumpy car ride, yes.
Yeah.
So I just thought it was interesting.
How do you avoid that as a pregnant woman?
The best way to avoid all problems
is never to get pregnant.
Well, that is one sure way.
Bob, I almost gave you the buzzer for that.
Oh yeah, no, we have to procreate.
But the key is in most cases during pregnancy, you should keep good dental and medical health throughout your life.
Right.
In the real world, I think that becomes more and more rare today. I don't know if it's lack of understanding. I don't know if it's cost. I don't know if it's access to care. I don't know if it's a combination of everything. Sometimes it's fear and anxiety.
Yeah.
I mean, I can honestly tell you, a day does not go by that someone doesn't come into my office who hasn't been seen by a dentist in 20 years or longer. And the number one reason is fear and anxiety. Wow. They were either traumatized by a dentist in the past, or they They just have an innate fear. The anxiety is high, and they avoid care and treatment.
And maybe they've never had a cavity or a pain in their mouth or whatever.
Yeah, well, it's usually what they do is they have had pain and discomfort, and they muscled through it, and it's gone away. And
Yeah.
they assume that the problem would go away, but almost invariably, the problem becomes more expensive, more difficult to correct, and more problematic. But, we're human beings.
Right.
We all avoid as long as possible, and then sooner or later,
Yeah.
you have to deal with it.
We were talking early on around 6 o'clock this morning. I said, we got to save this talk. I was telling Peter about Queen Elizabeth. I'm reading this great book called Column of Fire. It's the Ken Follett's last book in his trilogy.
Yeah.
Did you read that? Yeah.
Column of Fire.
Column of Fire. It's really. Did you read those other two books on the Cathedral, World Without End?
No.
And oh my God, they're great books. They're historical fiction. Column of Fire, and in the book, it's the historical background in the book is about Queen Elizabeth versus Mary Stuart, Queen of Scots. And then there's Mary Tudor.
That was a battle royal right there.
Oh, I had no idea about everything in there. But anyway, it was describing Queen Elizabeth, and God knows, she wore caked white makeup.
Mm-hmm.
And when she smiled, she had like 3 teeth, all brown or something. And in those days, everybody, you watch these films on television or TV shows about those days, and everybody has these beautiful smiles.
Right.
If I bet that's not the case.
No. Well, in the Asian culture, black teeth were considered a sign of beauty.
Really?
Yes, black teeth were a sign of beauty, and quite honestly, it's poor diet, poor care, poor health. But many of the English and the Irish, they drink a lot of tea. They drink a lot of tea.
Yeah,
they
what's
drink
that?
a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
So anytime you're imbibing fluids other than water, you're diluting the saliva in the mouth, and that saliva is what bathes your teeth and protects them from disease. So the more sugar, carbonated beverages, any basic beverage other than water dilutes that saliva, makes it more acidic. It makes a better home for the bacteria. And the saliva, what I say in my office, the saliva is like the oil for the car. If you lose that saliva from medications or disease, or you've diluted that saliva, typically we were talking about pregnancy, that new mom with that new baby, many times that colicky child or infant, they put a sippy cup in their mouth. That sippy cup typically will have juice or milk, and they allow the child or infant to sleep with that sippy cup, and their teeth are just destroyed within a few weeks' time. I would say I'm probably at Bay State Medical Center doing a hospital case just because of that, at least once a month, and sometimes more, and it's always the same cause. These are
banning sippy cups. You got to ban these sippy cups.
or
what do you do?
You don't allow the child to sleep with the sippy cup.
Right.
And the sippy cup isn't bad, but many times you're driving in the car, you put the sippy cup with the kid in the car seat, and next thing you know, 2 hours have gone by,
Right.
and they've fallen asleep. Or right before bed to calm them down, you give them a sippy cup, and
Right.
sometimes you forget as a young parent, or even an experienced parent, and the child's teeth, their saliva gets diluted with these sugar and milk, and the teeth are broken down. They call it milk bottle syndrome.
Even milk has sugar in it.
Oh, yeah.
Milk bottle syndrome.
Yep, milk bottle syndrome. And, a child, a baby, has 20 primary or baby teeth, and those teeth can be destroyed literally within a few weeks.
And then
how
that
quick it is.
set the stage for a life of dental problems.
Oh, yeah. Because the growth and development of the permanent teeth are now forced to either come in prematurely, and the jaw isn't ready for them, or sometimes they're delayed, which also causes problems. So it causes growth and development issues, it causes orthodontic issues, and all of these issues, when you think about the entire healthcare field,
Yeah.
most of it is preventable. but for a variety of reasons. If we exercised, maintained a good diet, and lived, quote, sensible lives, the majority of our healthcare problems would pretty much disappear.
Yeah.
We just don't.
Well, okay.
Myself included.
So, okay, I'm living in the 14th, 15th, 16th century.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there are not dentists per se. Maybe the barber was taking care of my teeth,
Maybe, yes.
or whatever. And if suppose we were living in that time period, what would those people do to maintain their teeth? And to be able to smile like all those beautiful movie stars that are playing these roles in 16th century movies
Yeah, I mean,
that are
you look
so
at-
that's a
Right.
lie.
You look at the photos back then, you almost never see anyone with
No one's
teeth,
smiling.
especially the women, and the men usually had a mustache or a beard covering their mouths.
Okay, but so what if you were living then and there was not the great care that what could you do? What could a person do living on a desert island? I guess that's the question.
Well, you can look at different cultures. The Jewish population, the Egyptian population, and the Greek population generally were more health conscious. They had the Roman baths. You had it was just a cultural thing back there. Whether it was to protect themselves from disease, but they just certainly had a higher IQ to maintain health.
but specifically around the teeth.
But for around the teeth,
were
they used what we'd call a toothpick. Okay.
Yeah.
They used brushes. But
there were brushes.
There
back
were
then.
brushes back then. But the real problem was you just the upper class.
Yeah.
The upper class who drank mostly wines.
Yes.
Because the water wasn't always pure.
Right.
Their teeth were destroyed. You know, I mean, it's like an alcoholic. Very seldom do you see an alcoholic who has good teeth. Almost all cases, they have periodontal or gum disease and dental disease, and it's quite severe.
Because alcohol dries the mouth out.
It dries the mouth out,
And
the alcohol also is one of the steps or byproducts of sugar. Sugar breaks down to alcohol and acids. The acids are what break down teeth. So you're just speeding up the process. But really, the issue is the constant bombardment of beverages in the mouth. We're right now each having a cup of coffee.
Oh, we sure are.
And the majority of people will tell me, Kevin, I only had one cup of coffee a day. But we may sip this coffee for the next hour, hour and a half.
Oh, 2 hours I've been sipping this coffee.
So for 2 hours, you're diluting the saliva in your mouth with this caffeinated, acidic beverage. You'd be much better off drinking the coffee in a couple of minutes to 10 minutes and it's done. But most of us take our beverages and sip it. And you see that many times with hard alcohol. Most of the time you don't do a shot, you sip a scotch, you sip a bourbon, and that
Oh, I'm always saying to
sipping-
James, don't drink the drink down in 2 seconds. Well, you know, put it in front of you.
Put it
have
in front of it. Sip
Enjoy
it.
it.
And enjoy it. Right. It's the same with wine.
Yeah.
Most don't guzzle a wine. You sip it, and that
This
constant
is not
sipping,
it's constant sipping. Yes.
constant.
So what's that going to lead to, and how can
It's gonna lead to a greater likelihood of periodontal disease, which just simply means bone loss, or dental decay, which means holes in your teeth. Both of them are really what our entire profession. I mean, you're seeing this actually just in the news this week.
Yeah.
Maybe it was the end of last week. They're merging medical insurance and dental insurance.
Thank
are
God,
they?
that's the way it
Which-
used to be.
Right.
Oh,
and
it's
that
good
has been
news.
my prediction. Right.
Yeah.
And there'll be some positive attributes to that, and there'll be perhaps some negative.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, yeah.
But like anything, they realize that you can't have good health with bad teeth. And generally, people who have bad dental health
Right.
also have other medical problems.
Sure.
And it's that combination of the two.
Well,
that
if you're generally
cost us
unhealthy,
money.
you're generally unhealthy.
Yes.
Yeah,
true.
You know?
But Kevin, I've got to, because for all of us who are sipping our alcohol out there or sipping our coffee.
Not this time of day.
All right.
Let's hope not.
What if I drank a glass of water directly after I?
Perfect. You've diluted it. You've cleaned your teeth, basically. It's like putting new oil in your car. You're giving new life to your engine. You're going to get more miles. You're going to need a new car, less likely, and you're going to have less engine failure.
What about somebody who's out for a night of imbibing and they'll mix, one drink, one glass of water, one drink, one glass of water? They constantly regenerating.
And I think what sometimes we confuse is dental health with overall health. So let's just say, for whatever reason, you found religion, and starting today, you had your beer, and then you had a water, and then you had your beer.
Yeah.
So maybe you won't have teeth rotting out of your mouth,
Yeah.
but you're going to have liver problems.
You're still going to,
Yeah,
you're not going to
drink
dilute
yourself-
the alcohol. The alcohol is there.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're always looking at trying to combine. And after 36 years of doing this healthcare deal, in my opinion, whenever you attempt to change patients' habits and patterns, it's very, very difficult. So I did a Medline. I did a research on, let's say, over, I don't know, maybe 2,000 papers. And in those 2,000 papers, I compared diets with dental disease. And what I found on my research, which a paper was written on it, was that if you took everyone who's on a diet and everyone who has dental problems, it's almost always 100% successful in the first 4 weeks of care and treatment. Then you stretch it out and look at that same group at 3 months, 6 months, and a year.
Right.
99% of the population was right back to exactly where they were.
It's hard to change your habits.
It's a very, very small percentage that were actually able to change it. So you call it medicine risk management, and that risk management could save the population billions and billions of dollars. And I believe insurance companies and corporations and business see this. In other words, you look at the risk assessment of who you're treating.
Right.
So whether you give me $100 or $100,000 to fix your teeth, if I do a risk assessment on you,
Right.
I can probably tell you fairly accurately, just like an actuarius in insurance companies, what are the odds that my treatment is going to last? So as I say every day, if God gave you 32 teeth and you screwed it up, trust me, anything Kevin Coughlin does probably won't work long term.
How many? Is there an average the number of teeth that somebody loses in their lifetime, or the majority? I mean,
Yes.
is there some? Yeah.
Yes, I believe currently over 85% of those individuals over the age of 60 in the United States
Right.
have lost at least 6 teeth. Okay.
One?
Now,
I'm trying to
hopefully
think
that
me.
number will go down, but quite honestly, you're actually seeing a trend where it's going up because the
Baby
quote,
boomers.
poor population
The poor.
appears to be expanding.
Got
Okay.
it.
So as that population expands, their diet is generally poorer, their dental and health education is poorer, and their overall health is poorer. And after 35 years in working in Western Mass, the Medicaid or mass health population appears to be growing, in at least my own observation.
Right.
This is just me.
Right.
But 100,000 plus patients a year, you're seeing the same disease, if not worse.
Right.
It's certainly the same, and that's empirical evidence. That's not a scientific study. That's
Yeah,
just
sure.
me going
Of
every day
course.
saying, I treated your mother, they had disease.
Mm-hmm.
I treated the daughter, they have disease. I treated the daughter's daughter, they have disease.
Well, my
And you're
father
going.
at 99 had 7 teeth left, and he called them. He said, "I just lost." He named them after the 7 dwarfs. So he lost Grumpy one day, and then
And he became very grumpy.
Okay, yeah. So Doc was on the way. At any rate, we're going to take a
717
break.
at WSKB.
Great. Hey, if you're not going to get a Valentine, if you're afraid of not getting a Valentine, there's a solution. And Fats Waller wrote this great song, and this is his version of it. I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter and make believe it came from you. In other words, you send yourself your own Valentine.
your neighborhood into a fiberhood. Get on the list today at www.whipcityfiber.com.
Support for community programming on WSKB is provided by Betts Plumbing and Heating Supply Company, an independent, family-owned wholesaler serving Westfield for over 50 years, specializing in plumbing, heating, and industrial piping supplies. Visit bettsplumbing.com or 14 Coleman Avenue, Westfield. Public welcome. Support for community radio on WSKB is provided by Rocky's Ace Hardware. For all your fall cleanup needs, plus you'll experience our legendary helpful service in every department. Rocky's, rock solid service since 1926. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Dunkin' Donut shops of Westfield and the Sardina family. It's nice to know that even as the world changes, Dunkin' Coffee remains the same at 7 convenient locations throughout Westfield.
Wednesday mornings start off right from 6 to 8 a.m. with Tina Gorman and Wake Up Wednesday.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning. It's 7:24 in the morning on February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. We've had it's always interesting. We're here with
Part
dental matters.
part philosophical.
Oh, it's always. I mean, who would believe that when you talk about teeth, it goes into every field, including the philosophical branch of how we live our lives and why we live our lives.
By the way, how's the podcast studio going?
The podcasts are doing great. Thank you.
This is that voice
I have
right
to
there.
come- I
got to tell everybody who that voice is.
Okay.
That's Dr. Kevin Coughlin from Bay State Dental. And Bay State Dental is an underwriter, a proud underwriter of WSKB. We're always happy to have him. He comes on and he gives us information, but also is a great guest because he can talk about anything, basically, right?
Yes, whether it's correct or not is a more important part. But yeah, I'll certainly talk about anything. But I just want to give a quick plug. I know you don't know this, either of you.
No.
But my mom and dad started to work with me at Bay State Dental back in 1983.
Yes.
That's when I started the company. And my father passed away on January 9th of cancer. And probably one of my proudest moments is the employees, the team members of Bay State Dental. They came out in the droves. The kindness they showed my mom and the love they showed for
your family.
My family was just extraordinary. I don't believe they have that same feeling towards me, which is understandable. However, what they did for my mom and dad, first, they gave them a purpose and a place to do things.
Yeah.
And second, the tribute that they did for my parents was just extraordinary. And if they're listening, from the bottom of my heart, I thank those members who really supported my mom and dad really for almost 36 years. They could not have been more wonderful.
Yeah.
And when you say a business, the business very seldom is about the owner. It's about the people that surround the owners. And they really showed their true colors. Yeah. And it was heartfelt,
I
greatly appreciated.
This being my dad's birthday, and when he passed, my whole shift from the police department came all the way over to Springfield to go to his wake. And then my dad was big in the auto racing community in the area. And so we had to line out the door for all the racers who knew my dad over 30 years.
Sure.
Came and signed a flag that my mom still has.
It's a beautiful tribute.
Well, I didn't know your dad, but I did. I have a story about your father.
Can we say it on the air?
That's right.
Was it disciplinary action in high school?
No. Your father, we wrote a grant or something for you at I helped win you an award or something. What was that?
I could have. I was trying to write a grant for the Veterans Hospital in Holyoke. I don't know if that was it.
No, no, it was. I know. It was. I nominated you for an award for your great building downtown. The renovation of that building. Okay. And there, in order
one right here in Westfield.
Yeah, in order to do that, or there was something. So I'm at the Westfield State Development Office, and into the room comes this wonderfully not old man. I thought he was about my age, and it turns out to be your father.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, of course.
80,
I always
81.
Yeah. So he comes in to present me with the, and I still have it at home. And I don't know, I'll give it to you if you want it, but he probably made one for you.
Oh, I'm sure.
It was a binder with everything about the
transition from the beginning meetings to the architectural plans to the contractors. Yes.
It was this book, and he said, I want you to have this because you were very instrumental in getting whatever it was. Well, sorry, Kevin, I can't. I think it was an award.
I want to personally thank
Maybe
you.
It
cost me about $3.5 million.
Yeah, that's right.
But thank you for that. I'll be working until I'm 105 years old, but I appreciate all your help.
Well, he came in. He drove himself over to. This was maybe 2 years ago or so, maybe 3. I don't know. But and he left, and I thought, he is so proud of Kevin Coughlin. He is so proud, and he was, and he's really personable. I can see where you get your gift of gab.
Very personable man. But those binders, he's done that for his great-grandchildren. His grandchildren.
So that was something.
And he has binders of my brother and I from kindergarten right through high school, through college, through medical and dental school. My brother's a physician.
Yeah.
And they're just little clippings. You know, some of them really of very little significance, but what you see is the time and energy it took for him to do it. He enjoyed doing it, and he did it for a lot of different things, like you said, the building.
Yeah, and it was a gift for me, who he didn't know from Adam, for working to thank me for it. Yeah. And I was thinking, what am I going to do for this? You know what I'm going to do? I think I'll give it to I'll give this book to the museum downtown, the Athenaeum, to the Edward
Donate
Smith,
to history,
because it talks about your building in particular and that renovation in a really succinct and beautiful way. And I can write a little provenance in the thing. This was given to me, and then we'll connect, and then we'll both be in the museum.
Ralph Francis Coughlin, great guy, great role model. Both my parents. But I just wanted to say a special thanks to those team members. It really struck a chord. What an important part of my life that business has been. As I approach over 3.5 decades, it's really a big portion of my life.
Sure.
And what they did was really wonderful.
Well, Kevin, you're talking about a big portion of your life. You came in and I said, you're this black T-shirt, and you've got, and I read it, and it said,
Ascent used that used to be your branding for helping other.
Well, I have a business called Ascent Dental Solutions, and after 35 years of teaching and lecturing, 6 books now, almost 100 podcasts, several clients all over the country, they're all trying to get their businesses better. And my expertise is in the field of dentistry, but there are so many young men and women trying to start their careers, and they're looking for guidance and mentoring.
Sure.
And I created this business, and it's doing exceptionally well. It has nothing to do with teeth. It's the business of healthcare and helping particularly younger, just getting started in their profession, and the older group that is thinking to exit out. How do I matriculate out of this profession? Am I financially prepared to do it? Am I psychologically prepared to do it? Have I created the right steps, or what I call processes and purposes?
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Probably 5 years ago, I started implementing Botox into the dental profession, and this was generally for chronic headaches and temporomandibular joint issues. And that morphed into, can you just do Botox to give me less wrinkles? And that morphed into, can you please get rid of some of the skinny lips? And that brought in fillers or hyaluronic acid.
Really? Yeah.
Fillers in Botox. And now that's morphed into laser treatment, body contouring, all non-surgical procedures, tattoo removals. And that company is called Ascent Laser Aesthetics.
Is it in a different
branching out?
building?
Yes, I actually have a new building going up on North Main Street in East Long Meadow called the East Long Meadow Wellness Center. It's 18,000 square feet. It should be open the beginning of May. And in that, I plan on implementing the consultation portion, Ascent Dental Solutions, and Ascent Laser Aesthetics. And right now, I'm proud to say I've teamed up with Choa's Salon and Spa because they have the clients in South Hadley and in East Long Meadow.
right over the line.
And they've been around 35 years.
Right.
I knew Mr. Ochoa, Bill. He was my neighbor, and his two sons, Miles and Troy, have sort of taken over the business with the mom, Margaret. And I approached them about this, and I said, do we have a state-of-the-art med spa in Western Mass? So instead of going to New York, Boston,
not really.
Connecticut, and this has the best equipment money can buy, the most sophisticated material. For those listeners, Kybella, which to remove the double chin, those are injections of different materials to destroy fat cells because it's almost 80% of all adults have that.
Oh, my God. Can you do something about my...
I can do it all, man. We put the whole program together. I'm excited about it. I feel young again, and it's just another part of the business.
You were just looking for another challenge is what you were doing.
I don't know if it's that, but I certainly see a need for it in the area, and I can tell you, anytime you start something new, it's exciting.
It's a brilliant idea, and I'll tell you why when we return. And I'm not going to talk about it in the break because then I won't be able to talk to you on the air about it. Hey, everybody, I'm going to play Amy Winehouse. Do you know Amy Winehouse? Well, I really wish that she was alive. She would have grown into this icon of singer. She is now. But here she is doing a Beatles song for Valentine's Day called All My Loving. Just listen to this. She is just the master of song. Or mistress of song? That doesn't sound
mistress
right.
of song, yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Can I say mistress of song?
Because you say mistress of ceremonies, yes.
Oh, all right, okay. So she's the mistress of song as far as I'm concerned, and let's leave it at that. Okay, here's Amy Winehouse, All My Lovin'.
Close your eyes, and I'll kiss you. Tomorrow I'll miss you. Remember, true. And then while I'm away, I'll ride home every day, and I'll say all my loving to you. I'll pretend that I'm kissing the and I hope that your dreams will come true. And then while I'm waiting, I'll ride home every day, and I'll send all my loving to you. Oh, my loving, I will send to you. Oh, my loving, darling, I'll be true. Close your eyes, and I will kiss you, 'cause tomorrow I'll miss you. True. And then while I'm waiting, I'll run home every day, and I'm sending all my love to you. Oh, my loving, I will
Underwriting for Community Radio on WSKB Westfield is brought to you by the Westfield Gas and Electric. Westfield Gas and Electric is service, using their power for the good of Westfield.
WSKB's programming is generously underwritten by Whip City Fiber. Westfield Gas and Electric wants to help you decide where they offer gigabit speed Whip City Fiber Internet next. Turn your neighborhood into a fiberhood. Get on the list today at www.whipcityfiber.com. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646.
It's Tuesday morning from 6 till 8. Wow, it's Tuesday with Bob Plass.
Community Radio.
89.5 WSKB. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM WSKB Westfield.
Wow, it's Tuesday morning. It's February 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. And Peter is showing us, Peter Coles, who is the fan favorite of February, is showing Dr. Kevin Coughlin, our great guest from Bay State
unfortunately,
Dental.
Elon Musk's Tesla has exceeded its 36,000-mile warranty 234 times already.
Really? So, oh, my God. So
Traveling
there's
at
a
24
picture.
kilometers a second.
Yeah, always to go back and look at this. Where do you get that on what
where is the roadster.com? Some guy figured out the trajectory of the orbit and now has real-time data of where it is in
So
relationship
this is
to the
Elon
Earth.
Musk's company, SpaceX,
Yes.
right?
His
Which
car.
The idea is to save these rockets so he can reuse them.
He got 2 out of 3 out of that sucker.
Right.
Oh,
That's
that
the
was-
launch I wanted to see. That I
Oh
didn't
my
get when
God!
I
I
was in
saw
Florida.
it. Just by chance, I was having my tea in the afternoon.
I was rebroadcasting
ruining my
it.
teeth, watching television.
Did you catch it on Channel 15?
Huh?
I rebroadcast it on Channel
Oh, did
15.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, it was so impressive.
It's unbelievable.
Wasn't it cool?
it
Watching
takes
the
us-
boosters land in unison?
It's just
and the idea that it wasn't the government, that this actually was.
He put a $500 million of his own money into the research
Yeah.
and development of that rocket.
Because he's concerned about the future of that.
He wants to make money.
Well, I also think he has a bent toward philanthropy.
well, I think he showed
And he
that
is-
bent when he went with the Tesla. He went 100%
You know what he did?
electric.
Yeah,
You know-
he
right.
didn't fool around.
You know
No.
what he did? It was funny. He put it out on Twitter saying, "What's the craziest thing I can launch into orbit?" And a lady from Virginia, who I now follow on Twitter, Yvonne Jimenez, said, "Why don't you put your cherry red roadster on top of the rocket?"
Yeah,
and
it's,
he came back immediately. He goes, "That's a great idea."
Yeah.
So what they have in it is they have a dummy, apparently,
Right.
with the spacesuit that they were testing for their manned flights, which they're going to start test. I think the first Crew Dragon is in like December. They want to start flying people to space
wow.
next year.
My word.
So they have a dummy, a crash test dummy, inside
at
the
the wheel.
suit strapped into the Tesla, and
He's listening to David Bowie Spaceman song.
well until the batteries ran out. Yeah,
it ran out. Okay, gotcha. Well,
14 hours of the batteries.
It's a game changer.
Yeah, it's
The
really.
private
Isn't it awesome?
sector, all the electric car. I mean, it's really.
You are the
phenomenal.
Elon Musk of dentistry in this area, Doctor.
I would say that is an extreme exaggeration on many aspects.
I'd
but
go with
thank
the
you for the compliment.
Nikola Tesla.
Nikola Tesla.
Nikola Tesla. But speaking of your new business, which is Ascent Laser
Ascent Laser Aesthetics.
Aesthetics, but it's the wellness. It's going to be called the Wellness Center.
Well, the
of-
building that's being constructed in East Long Meadow on North Main Street is an 18,000 square foot health center. And
You're putting all these facets of
Yes.
health, wellness together.
yes.
It's a
one-stop shop.
shopping.
Well, you hope. I mean, it's
yeah.
like
Okay.
most ideas.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
have the idea, and now you set off to accomplish it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there'll be
Well,
peaks
here,
and valleys.
I want to tell you that we both, I was your teacher years ago.
Yes.
You
Still
came,
my teacher. You're just teaching me a different part.
Yeah. Hey, Ken. Ken Stumpsky is coming in the door here. Hello. We will talk to him for a while here. But, hey, so, Doc, here's the deal. I had this idea back in 1994 or 96. I was an actor in New York City. My identity was wrapped up in acting. to leave the business was very, very difficult. So I went to Actors Equity as a, by that time I had become a psychiatric social worker. So I was a psychotherapist. I went to Actors Equity and I told the people that were running the Actors Work Program, which had gotten me a scholarship, I said, I'd like to work with you because I think that people leaving their professions, retiring and or choosing to go to another profession or whatever, have issues that no one addresses. And to really be able to say to, or have a group of people to really talk about, my God, my identity is wrapped up as an actor, and in 2 years' time, or 1 year time, or 3 months' time, or 2 weeks' time, I'm going out in the hard, cruel world as a non-actor any longer. And who am I? Who am I now, and what am I going to do? And they really like that idea.
It's a terrific idea.
Yeah. And,
it's a shame, but you associated yourself with an actor before a person.
Oh, yeah.
And
my God,
I don't think that's unique.
No.
A day doesn't go by, someone doesn't say, Kevin, when are you retiring?
Yeah.
You must have enough money, you're retiring. And I'm going, I don't know what I would do if tomorrow I retired, either because I had to for medical reasons,
sure.
or I decided I wanted to. I'm probably not psychologically prepared to do that. I almost block it out of my mind because it's been such a huge part of my life. And I think there's many people like that in this 55 to 65 year age group or a little older.
Right.
Like it's who you are. Like when they say, "Oh, Kevin, you're a dentist." Oh yeah, you're a dentist.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
yes.
you're a dentist.
First thing you're out of anybody's mouth is, "What do you do?"
Right. What do you do instead of
I'm retired.
Right.
Well, what do you do?
Right. And there are coaches, like life coaches, that are preparing people for this transition. And I think we could all benefit from just thinking it out and talking to people.
Well, I also think that targeting the acting community, where you had actors who had actually successfully transitioned, if that's the word, from their very busy acting life or their very hopeful acting life that never went anywhere, but they always were hoping or whatever, to this next stage in their life. I've lately begun to think about something that my friend who's on our radio station, Denny Aiken, said to me. He's thinking of the future. And he's saying, I need a next great adventure. And the next great adventure is sort of refining how I see my life now at 73. What's the next great adventure? Eventually, that next great adventure will involve angels and wings and harps and all that sort of stuff. But right now, I'm still alive.
I think it keeps you young. It keeps your mind active.
Well,
it gives you a purpose.
Would you say that Ascent Laser and this wellness idea is your next great adventure?
I hope so. It's something that most things happen by accident. This wasn't something that I certainly planned. It just sort of occurred. Did
it spring out of your Yahoo or your podcasts?
What happened was basically it was the clientele and the patients. On a day-to-day basis, once I started doing the Botox and the fillers, it was, well, can you remove this red spot or this brown spot?
Right.
Well, you're there.
Can you do that? And the first thing I realized is there was a need.
Yeah.
The second thing I realized is
no one's providing.
No one's doing it, and I'm going. And then I'm embarrassed to say, quite honestly, I knew nothing about the profession. I really knew nothing about skin and estheticians in the salon and med spa business. So that took time and education and training. And then I knew intraoral lasers, but I really knew nothing about extraoral lasers. I had been using lasers in the oral cavity probably since the late 80s.
Right.
But nothing extraoral.
Right.
And for whatever
Different
reason.
animal.
And, I mean, think of how stupid it is. I mean, if you can remove something intraoral, Why
Yeah.
couldn't you do it extra-oral?
Right. Yeah.
And, we just live in a tunnel vision.
Well, you know what you know.
Right. And it's
Really,
sort of
you know what
morphed.
you know.
But is it a new venture? I guess you'd have to say it is.
Yeah.
Am I excited about it? Very.
Yeah.
And it
Will
gives
you
me
be at
new-
that office making my lips thicker and taking my chins away?
If you request it, I'll be there. Yes. Absolutely.
I gave Bob the buzzer for that.
You gave
right.
Bob the buzzer? Okay, I get it.
This is it's interesting that
You're telling a vain man that you'll be there for him.
Oh yeah, that's true. I watch. This is me watching Meet the Press.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why I watch Meet the Press is I'm watching Chuck Todd's hairline recede.
Yeah.
And
It's
this
called the
is
stress of his job.
No, this is a mark for me that somebody else is aging as I am aging, and how he's doing it and whatever. He's had a bad week. I gotta say, he had this week. I don't know. He's
You need
got
a
a new
break,
barber or something or whatever. But I oftentimes look in the mirror.
You're looking at him rather than listening to what he's saying.
Oh, so sometimes. Oh, yeah. Well, which brings me to the next song. Kevin, you really segued me into this really wonder. Did you know that Jimmy Fallon on the night of the Super Bowl, he had this great show. And, I'm studying Bob Dylan now. That's my latest thing. Remember I was doing the Grateful Dead? Yeah. There's this whole series of documentaries on Dylan's life that I've been reading and his music and stuff. I really never knew much about him. And so right now I'm the Christian face of his life. He went from being Robert Zimmerman, to a nice Jewish boy from Minnesota to being a Christian, almost evangelical Christian for a good 3 albums or so. And everyone thinks of him as a protest person. Mm-hmm. He really wanted to just change with the times and stuff. And so at any rate, Jimmy Fallon takes one of his big hits called "The Times They Are A-Changing." Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. And rewrote the lyrics for today. Peter, get ready. I don't know whether you're going to... Oh, Ken Stomsky's looking at me.
Bob can laugh.
Yeah. We can laugh at ourselves. This is this is Jimmy Fallon as Dylan, if you didn't see it. Bob Dylan singing "The Times They Are A-Changing."
Louder than those who condone. If a tweet to you is worth saving, then lift up your voices and put down your phones, for the times they are a-changing. Come women, men who hashtag me too, and believe me when I say that we believe you, for weak is the man who calls truth fake news. Time's up, our silence we're breaking, and even though Mel Gibson was in Daddy's home too, well, the times they are a-changing. Come athletes with platforms throughout the land, who by taking a knee are taking a stand, and before you shout out that they should be banned, listen to what they are saying. Perhaps they'd stand up if you reached out your hand. Well, the times they are a-changing. Come journalists, writers who report the facts, and brandish your pen to fend off his attacks. Look past what he says and look at how he acts. The fire and fury is raging, for his words can hurt, but your words can fight back. New York Times, they aren't a failing. Come leaders who bully like internet trolls, we'll curse you with 4-letter words, love and hope, for we will go high even when you go low. and on and
Support for
on.
the community programming of WSKB is provided by Commercial Distributing Company of Westfield. Now in its third generation of family ownership, Commercial is one of the premier beverage distributors of Western Massachusetts. The Plasek family and the staff of Commercial Distributing wishes you good times throughout the year and urges you to drink responsibly. Support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Barnes & Noble College Bookstore at Westfield State University, right here in the Ely Campus Center. Whether you're a student, faculty member, or friend of the university, it's the place to shop. Everything from Westfield State t-shirts, sweatshirts, and gift merchandise to all of your academic needs. Offering textbook materials in new, used, ebook, and rental formats. Visit the bookstore on campus or online at www.westfieldstate.bncollege.com. Underwriting support for the community programming of WSKB is provided by the Greater Westfield Chamber of Commerce, the voice of business for the Greater Westfield communities. Informing, educating, advocating, the Chamber provides opportunities for members to make meaningful connections on local, regional, and state levels. For more information on the Chamber's many events, workshops, and programs, as well as the benefits of membership, visit westfieldbiz.org. The Chamber focuses on the most important economy, yours. We thank the generosity of our underwriters. For more information, please contact the Westfield State Foundation at 413-572-8646. Discussions of local politics, events, happenings, and miscellany potpourri. Ken's Den, Tuesday, 8 to 10. Live from the campus of Westfield State University, this is 89.5 FM, WSKB, Westfield.
Oh. Is this music coming on? There's no music there, Peter.
It's all over, Bob. Legal ID just hit. It's your time.
I thought you were going to play da 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 da. Oh, yeah, you said it.
You said maybe, and then I was like, you didn't give me a definitive yes or no.
Oh, please. This is like Steve Harvey at the. There we are. There we are.
You didn't give me a definitive yes or no, so I said no.
Okay, all right. Hey, welcome everybody. It's your weekly exciting version of As Nitwits Match Wits. This week we're playing with that critic extraordinaire dentist. Who is he?
Kevin, I believe it.
Last week.
Did he think Mark was going to be in here?
I don't know. I guess so.
He is an anesthetician.
Esthetician,
Dentist. Yes, dentist. Yes. Kevin Coffin. Kathleen Palmer is going to get over here. Kathleen. Oh, yeah, she's playing today. And Ken Stomsky of Ken's Den. Hey, everybody, while we're doing this, tomorrow on Tina Gorman's show, she's having Joe Rouse from the health department. I just wanted to say that because I called her. So tune in to Tina from 6 to 8 tomorrow. All righty. We're all ready, Peter, for a round of Let's
play the feud.
Yes. Okay. All right. First question, folks. Name something that curves. Name something that curves.
I know what you thought.
Ken Stomsky. Now keep it to yourself. No. Go ahead.
The female physique.
The female physique. Oh, that was very nice. Kathleen Palmer.
The road.
The road curves.
That you stole my answer. Okay. All right. I'm going to say what curves. How about a baseball?
A baseball curve. Oh, that's a very good one.
A hockey stick.
A hockey stick curves.
Yes, it does.
I'm looking at Elon Musk's orbit in space. How about an astronaut's ride into space curves?
Yes,
that's true. It does as well.
That's
a not
not
going to win,
but it's an excellent answer. Yes.
It's a curve now.
Yes. All right. Women's body. Whoa. 45. Whoa. Kathleen Palmer. 44 out of 100. Road. Now get this. I don't. The bottle? What is a bottle? Curve?
Sure.
Three people said that, and a chair curves. I don't know where these people are living. Honest to God.
They're not baseball fans.
No, that's exactly right. Kevin, you won that round.
Thank you very much. For a minute there, I thought I was in trouble.
Yeah. Name an occupation about which people often say you can never seem to find one when you need one. Name an occupation about
A
which
dentist.
people say you can never seem to find one when you need. You're saying dentist. The dental mind of Kevin Coughlin.
I would say a doctor.
A doctor.
Yeah.
I'm going right in here and saying plumber.
That's a good one.
Yeah, plumber. Yeah.
Yeah, electrician. Same-
All right. Yes. Yeah.
I was going to say night worker, but I'm going to go with the opposite and say popo.
A popo.
You can never find a cop when you need one.
A what?
A police officer.
Oh, popo.
Yes.
Officer.
Oh, that's a new word for me. You ever called a cop?
No.
a
Obviously, he's
popo?
not into slang.
No, popo. Police officer is number one.
Oh my God.
Kenny's all over today.
61 out of 100 people. Doctor is number
And I went
two.
last.
Yeah, I know it. 8
Not happy
people.
about this.
8 out of 100. Plumber 6.
You were number 2, though, Kevin.
Yeah. Plumber 6. 4 electrician. Okay. Kevin won that round.
Thank you all very much. Ken, you'll get better. Okay, this could be.
Give it
yours.
time, yeah.
Yeah. Name a way in which people treat their dogs like humans. Name a way in which people treat their dogs like humans.
Talk to them.
Talk to them.
Talk to them.
All right, that's fair. Ken Stamsky?
Clothe them.
I like that.
Clothe them. No, since when do you clothe a dog? Yeah. Oh, that. Oh my God. A little
What
hat.
planet are you on?
Doggy
yeah.
sweaters.
Oh yeah. Little
I
turtle.
think you're up there with Starman right now.
You don't put anything on your dog?
No, it's
No
got a natural.
scarves?
No, he's
No
got his own.
nothing?
He brings his own fur coat, as we said. All right, Kathleen, name a way in which people
I
treat
don't know,
their
you
dogs
guys
like
took
humans.
the two best ones. I've got to say, let it sleep on the furniture. Or bed,
I was going to
chairs.
say, let it sleep in your bed. That was mine.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Kathy on that one. Let it sleep in your in a bed.
I think it's feeding.
Feeding?
You
That's
feed.
the one.
Okay. Number 1. Oh, for God's sake, sleep with them.
Yeah, see?
Honest to God.
That's
Well,
perverted.
22. Talk to them. 19, Kevin.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm a solid second
Yeah.
placer.
Yes,
today.
I can tell you.
Very solid.
Dress them. Dress
There
them.
you go. That's- yep.
I don't get that. Feed them. That's me. Kiss them. Do you kiss your dog?
Absolutely.
You do. Do you
Yes.
kiss your dog on the mouth, Kathleen?
Well, no.
That mouth is probably cleaner than mine.
Oh yeah. Well, we could ask the dentist. Is the dog's mouth cleaner than mine?
No.
No.
8 o'clock at WSKB West.
The animal lovers have been saying that.
Lapping us with their tongue.
Yeah. Name the one thing that keeps you from being perfect. The one thing that keeps you from being perfect.
One thing?
One thing.
One? We only get one?
Kevin, you've got
Ego?
an answer. Your ego keeps you from being perfect. Ken?
My wallet.
Your wallet keeps you from being perfect.
Can I go all,
yeah,
can I go
sure.
all zen on you?
Yeah, sure, of course.
Time.
Time keeps you from being perfect. Yes, Kathy.
Boy, I don't know. I'm so far off that beam. I
Yeah,
can't pick one.
Ma'am.
That's because you're perfect.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
No. Stubborn.
Your stubbornness keeps you from being perfect.
I'm very stubborn.
My dental cavity keeps me from being perfect.
Wow, you're way up there, Dad. That's the only thing. Yes.
That's the
Survey
only thing. That's
says.
it. The survey says my temper keeps me being
Oh,
perfect.
that's a good one.
12. Weight. This is all over the place. Weight. 11. Being human. 10.
All right, so 3 for 3 so far.
Money keeps me from being perfect.
Yep, 4 for 4.
Pride keeps me from.
Nah,
being
I don't have any pride.
Oh, yeah.
Ego.
Yeah, that's it.
That's a solid.
Yeah. Kevin won that
Yeah,
round.
and I want to thank everyone for at least participating. Yes.
Yeah. All righty, our final question. Name one thing you'd see in every house in America. One thing you'd see in every house in America.
Kenny?
Kenny, you got that. Yeah, what is it?
A commode.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm going to
Come
say
on.
a TV.
Oh, TV, yes, yeah. Kathleen?
One thing? Oh my God, in heaven. A stove?
A stove.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And a door.
A door in every house in America.
One.
All right. Well, that makes a lot.
Bed,
That's very
chair,
good.
furniture.
Yeah. No. Now, windows and could that be the answer? Windows. Every house in America has windows.
Sure.
I'm going with a. You said television set.
Yes.
I'm going to go with a cell phone.
That's
Number one, a TV is.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah. Yes.
I beg to differ regarding that one.
you're now you're fighting with-
Furniture.
Yeah.
Furniture is number two. Yes. A refrigerator is not furniture. It's an appliance. Yeah. That's number three. A toilet is number four.
Yeah, made the list.
Oh my God. Well, you've played another round of As Nitwits Match Wits. Our winner, because he is just Kevin.
Thank you
Dr.
all
Kevin.
very, very much.
Yeah, you're winning the trip to Ludlow. Do you have can you go to Bay
Actually,
State Dental in
I'm
Ludlow?
actually going to East Long Meadow.
Oh, you're going to East Long Meadow.
Hey, I had a great time today.
Right.
Thank you
Kevin,
guys
how do
very
we
much.
get Bay State Dental? You go on baystatedental.com?
Yeah, BayStateDental.com. We have 14 locations here in Western Massachusetts. And like I said, we started this in 1983.
Yeah.
And thank you again for having me on. I enjoyed
we
it
love it.
immensely.
Yeah, you're one of our
I like winning
favorites.
even more, though. But
Oh, well, yeah. Enjoy that trip to Ludlow.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kev.
You
See you
bet.
next
Thank you
month.
guys very much.
All righty. Hey, everybody, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. I love this version. This is Carole King and Willie Nelson singing Carole King's great song, Will You Love Me Tomorrow? Oh, yeah. That's the truth. Will you love me tomorrow? Happy Valentine's